John Jordan.
And I'm Stephanie.
We've been married for 14 years.
And we always knew from the beginning that our son was a little bit different.
When he was first born, he looked a little bit different.
Well, a lot different.
And then he started teething.
And he'd chew on our arms and our legs, and we didn't really think much about it until one day when he ate the dog. And then it was brought to our attention.
We went to many doctors, and nobody knew what was wrong until we met Dr. Howard.
I originally was concerned mostly with anemia. As you can see, your son has fairly pale skin. I was concerned about his hemoglobin levels, but they do come back fairly normal. And I know you said he enjoys red meat quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't think that it is anemia. I was also concerned by appearance with the dark circles under his eyes. They're fairly prominent, and so I was concerned about sleep and sleep habits, but you don't report having difficulty waking him in the morning or unusual napping during the day. No. So I think based on that conclusion, I would like to make a firm diagnosis that your son is a zombie.
I still think it was the vaccinations. We've had some tough years.
There are many aspects of the condition. One of the most troublesome is that speech deteriorates rapidly, and a series of grunts is the basic means of communication for the zombie.
You know, all we want is for him to fit in.
Especially now that he's going to be going to school.
So, Chris, how has your week been? So what's bringing you down? So I'm pretty sure the Jordans picked me over other therapists because I speak a pretty fluent zombie, and that's not an easy language to learn. Terrorizing the city. Can you tell me more about that, Chris?
Well, we started therapy after our doctor recommended it because she thought that would help.
So, Chris, the next time we meet, school will have started, so we'll have a lot to talk about.
Chris Jordan is going to be joining us, and we're very proud of that fact. We're very proud that we're one of the very few schools that actually welcome zombie students. We take in everybody, regardless of culture, class, heritage, race, religion. We welcome them all.
Go.
So you got his gym clothes?
Yeah, they're in there.
Yeah. And his books?
Books are in there.
Yeah. How about his lunch?
Lunch. Okay, speaking of your lunch, now make sure you use a napkin when you're eating your heart, and with the brains, twirl them on the fork. We want to make a good impression on the first day. We're just so hoping he fits in at school.
Just wondering what the other kids are going to think about him.
Poor guy. Keeps on getting in trouble in choir for humming instead of singing the words.
Chris, doesn't fit in because, he talks really funny and, nobody knows, what he's trying to say. So, yeah.
I think I offended him the first day of school when I asked if Monster Mash was his favorite song. But I love that song.
Yeah.
I guess I just want to know that if you were to ever go to prom together, would his rental tux be all cut up and bloody?
Has anyone taught Chris how to moisturize? Have you seen his skin?
At our school, we embrace everybody. We've had mummies, Martians, I've had the son of Bigfoot, Bigfoot Jr., vampires, goblins, all sorts of ghosts, poltergeists, and of course we've had family of Frankenstein here as well.
Michael? Here. Sophie?
Here.
Darius?
Yep.
Chris? You can just say here, thanks.
You think his English is bad? Wait till you hear his Spanish.
Chris is very, different. He doesn't have any friends, and have you seen the way he eats lunch? Feel bad for the custodian.
So if you can imagine for a minute, we were talking yesterday about a cannonball being dropped at the same time as a cannonball being projected forward. Raise your hand if you remember which one of those is going to hit the ground first. Kenzie, do you remember? Organisms that live.
It's not cool. What are you doing?
What was that?
help Chris again. He took off my hand.
Chris got expelled from school for a month. School has just never been a strong point for him.
Or any point at all.
I love Halloween. We have the decorations all up, the pumpkins are carved.
And this is the first year that Chris is going to go trick-or-treating on his own.
Great costume. Well, you're into character. You're really into character. Was that really necessary?
Look at this guy. What do you think you are? Nice costume, loser.
I remember you. You ripped off my hand.
Brought us some candy, bro. Let's jump him.
You know, Chris, he like ripped off my hand. I mean, come on. And so, I only think it's fair enough to get revenge on him.
Idiot, what do you think you are?
I mean, you don't even know your math.
Can you even speak? Yeah, really, you're just like, oh, he brought us some candy.
I was just taking a walk when I saw some kids picking on Chris.
Come on, idiot, what are you gonna do about it?
And I'm not a violent person, but I just wanted him to stick up for himself.
What do you think you're
And then Chris punched all 3 kids, and I just had to cheer him on.
Wait, you were cheering him on? I bet there were little kids in the neighborhood that were watching
No,
this.
I don't think so. Then what happened, I'm not really supposed to talk about.
Well, the lawyer has advised that.
Don't let them bully you.
We should probably go now.
We should go. Come on, buddy.
So the kid had some bruises and some broken bones, but I think he's going to walk again.
So, Chris, I hear Halloween did not go so well. So, unfortunately, I'm going on sabbatical, so I won't be able to see Chris anymore as a client. So, I decided to bring the parents in to see something I do pretty well, and that's drawing analysis. So I asked Chris to do a drawing for me, and he just put a bunch of random scribbles on the paper, and now I'm supposed to interpret what this is? I don't know what this is. So I guess there's only one thing left for me to do. Okay, so after my analysis, I think it's pretty clear to me that this is a beautiful picture of a rainbow. I'm going to have to wing it. I'm pretty certain what it means is that your son is trying to decide what he wants to do with his life, and he's narrowed it down to 2 choices: fashion model or butcher. Oh, hey, where does the time go? It's 4 o'clock and my next patient's waiting outside for me, so gotta go.
It was an interesting visit.
That was a close one.
Today, Chris is finally going back to school.
It's been a long month.
So I just want you to act your best, keep on the radar, personal bet. Really? You never looked so good before.
Thank you.
All right, be nice to people, just don't get in trouble.
How are you doing today?
Chris, look! How cool! Walk in Chris's shoes, dressed like a zombie for the day? I was just so touched that all those kids would do that for Chris, and he was so happy.
Good morning, sir.
Just between you and me, I paid these kids to do it. The idea that they'd have a change of heart after he knocked a kid's hand off and threw a kid into a car, I just didn't see it happening. Hey, Stephanie, can you get the phone, please? But I just thought if they could walk a day in his shoes, that might make a big difference. And as it turns out, these kids really got into it. I hope it was okay with the parents.
Hey, John, there's some angry parent on the phone wanting to talk with you.
I'm just glad you didn't take my hand off. 5, 2, 11. God, how many push-ups does he do? I'm just saying, he's kind of the guy you want on your team in gym class, not on the team against you.
He wants to wear makeup? That's fine by me. Wait, he's wearing makeup, right?